In your opinion, what do you think the value of a college education is?
I think that it's very valuable because without a college education, I don't think there's a lot of job opportunities for people.
What do you think the purpose of a college education is?
I think the purpose of college education is to prepare us for what we want to do with our lives after we're done with school.
What do you think the difference is between college and high school?
I think the main difference is that in college you can center your classes on what you are interested in and what you want to focus your life career to be on. And in high school you have to take certain classes to pass high school that you have to take.
So would you say that high school is sort of a broad general education where when you get to college you narrow down and focus on a specific point of interest?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Why did you choose to seek a college education?
I chose to go to college for a couple different reasons. One, I wanted to continue playing sports, and I knew that I could do that at college. And the other reason is because I wanted to get a degree and I wanted to focus in on what my career would be in.
Was it what was important about getting a degree for you? It's okay.
Going to college for me was just something that I knew I always wanted to do. I didn't feel, pressure or anything. I just knew that that was the next step.
That's fair, but why did you want to do that? What was it? What was motivating you to go to college?
I think my future career.
Future career? What about your future career couldn't have been accomplished had you not gone to college?
Well, I didn't know that I wanted to be a teacher until after my freshman year of college, but I couldn't have, you know, done all my education classes I couldn't have been a teacher without doing that.
Without going to school.
So I knew that for whatever choice I was going to make, I knew that focusing in on those core classes and specific classes to what I wanted to do, I knew I could do that at college.
Did it ever cross your mind the financial gain that happens if you do attend college?
Not really.
Was that a thought? I mean, you were
Not really.
18 when you went to college. That wasn't something that had crossed your mind?
Not really.
Okay. How does your college education help you in your professional career on a daily basis?
Well, I'm a teacher, and I think that a lot of the education classes that I took definitely, you know, helped me with a lot of different aspects of teaching. We had classes that talked about grading. I took specific reading classes. I took literature classes. I think the thing that most helped me in my career was being able to student teach before I became a teacher. That is where I probably learned the most and really understood what it was and all of the extra hours that it took to be a teacher.
So your college experience kind of helped shape your style of teaching and how you teach?
I don't think that it necessarily shaped my style of teaching, but it definitely allowed me to see different styles of teaching and to choose one that fit me. I definitely think that, there were some classes that were kind of tedious, but I think that some of those are necessary in the process.
Okay, so hypothetically, if you were to have not attended college and went straight into teaching, how do you think it would be different for you teaching?
I think that it would be different, one, because, in a lot of your classes, you learn about different scenarios and you talk about different things, and, there's a lot of different aspects to teaching. And, for example, you learn a lot of things in ed psychology that you wouldn't necessarily learn about,
So
in
how to
another.
handle
Yeah, how to handle, certain situations or
with children or just
children, adults. I think that,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, neat. Knowing what you know now about college, would you do anything different? And if so, what would you do differently?
I think knowing what I know about college and, having experienced that and also having a few years of, life after college, I definitely would have paid a lot more attention. If I could go back, I would, probably take some classes a little more seriously and, you know, take my education a little more seriously. I feel like when I was 18, 19 years old, I kind of took some classes for granted, where I look back now and think, oh man, I really should have paid attention in that class. So I think that's one thing. I don't know if I would choose, if I had the opportunity to choose another school. I chose a school that was expensive, but I met a lot of great people, and I don't think if I had a do-over that I would do that part over.
You mentioned earlier that you didn't know when you were entering college what you wanted to do, but you decided on education. Is there any, not regrets, but is there any other path you think you might have taken?
Um, yeah, definitely, I think so. I mean, I grew up with my family teaching, both my parents, both my grandparents, and I kind of just always thought that if I didn't do anything else, then I would teach. Which I don't regret that. I feel like I am very happy and I'm very fulfilled with what I do. If I could go back, I would probably want to at least broaden my choices a little bit and maybe have taken another year to decide if that's what I really wanted to do.
Yeah. So maybe like a minor in something else, or
A minor in something
double
else.
major kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. I have always been attracted to the psychology aspect of life, and I have always thought I would make a really good counselor. But, now that choice, I'd have to go back to school for 5 more years. So,
So at least with regards to an education degree, it kind of narrows your field of options of what you can do professionally.
yeah,
Would you say? Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay. How did you feel about your professors?
I really liked my professors. I went to a school that was a lot smaller
Most.
than most, and so
Was it a sorry to interrupt, was it a liberal arts school?
yes, it was.
Was it liberal arts? All right.
So my professors got to know each student, on a name basis, and I felt like they cared. And I know in a lot of the larger schools, you're kind of just a number to teachers. And for me, I felt like I could call them, talk to them, email them, go into their office. I felt at any time I could always approach my professors.
Where what was the classroom environment like? Were they pretty open classrooms, or did it seem to be mostly just a lecture where you guys were just expected to retain information, or was there a lot of dialogue between the students and the teachers?
There's actually quite a lot of bit of dialogue. I mean, I think one of my largest classes had maybe 60, 70 people in it,
Wow.
and my smallest class had 3. So, even with those 60, 70 people, it was more of a lecture, but also had opportunities for conversation. And definitely in the smaller classes, it was all pretty much, if you don't read what you're supposed to, then you're not going to be able to participate in conversation, which you don't really want to be that person. So,
Yeah, yeah. And would you say you enjoyed that?
yeah, I definitely
style of
felt
learning?
like I chose, that school kind of chose me in a way that that's what I feel like I needed for college. I don't know how well I would have done in a school where my teachers don't really know who I am.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. And this is Amaya and Rico. So thank you, Amaya.
Thank you.